Alright, my spy on Holland just got discovered, so before I lose any, let's see if I can steal maps of Guinea. I can, alright. Hello everyone, my name is King Kongveal, and welcome back to my royal court here in Europa Universalis 4, where I am ruling as King Kong, or the King of Kong. In the last episode, we started expanding down here in Kongo a little bit, beat them up, took a sizable chunk of land to get started down in that area. We also spread to the east a little bit. We now border Ethiopia. We lost a war against the Ottomans, who conquered Tunis. We embraced a couple of institutions. We now have Renaissance, and we're working on trying to get colonialism. So once I get, actually now that I've got Miltech and Diplotech 8, I can start deving for colonialism and work on getting admin tech up to 8 so that I can start using those points as well. So this episode, I think my plan is to try to conquer all of the Congo region and maybe, if possible, spread into the Central Africa area here. I also want to push into Ethiopia and start heading down towards the Horn of Africa. And the third thing I want to do is I want to continue colonizing this coast here so that I can try to prevent as many of the colonizers from getting there as I can. We already have Spain coming in here, so we've got to watch out for them as well. So I'm kind of struggling a little bit with money, but that's in part because I'm giving a bunch of subsidies to the Ottomans for the next 8 years. But once I've finished that off, I'll be doing all right. I have a bunch of things I need to full state, full core, but I'm well above gov cap, so that might be an issue as well. Got a little bit of manpower, but that's just because I had just finished a war and fighting rebels, which I still have a bunch of rebels that are about to pop. So I guess without further ado, let's get into it. Let's deal with some of these rebels. Let's start working on developing colonialism, and then we will continue spreading into Congo and try to fight Ethiopia. So let's unpause and let's go. The Ashanti are here. So looks like someone else for me to fight. So let's go ahead and spy on them. There's Admin Tech 6. About time. Finally can make workshops. My colony in Gabon just finished. Let's keep working along here so I can connect my borders. There's a claim on the Ashanti, and let's go to war. And there's the siege of Ashanti done. So let's go ahead and we'll annex them. There we go. That's one more province. Very nice. I can get admin tech 7, which will get me my next idea group. All right, so for this idea group, I was originally thinking of going quality. Get the infantry, cav, artillery combat abilities, get the discipline. But I think looking at the policies, I'm going to go with offensive first. Get the settler chance and automatically discover adjacent when a colony is built. I don't know how useful the second part of that would be, but the settler chance will be nice. Plus, I'm also going to go with humanist next. So again, that national unrest -1 and years of separatism -5 will be really nice. I think we'll go offensive, humanist, and then maybe quality. I don't know. We'll see. But I think offensive is going to be first. All right, there's a claim on Ethiopia. I'm building up my troops a little bit more. All right, I'm going to get knowledge sharing from Tafalot. It's expensive, but I get colonialism quickly. All right, it's time to go to war with Ethiopia. Should be able to take them, even though they've got a Miltech advantage over me. Let's give it a shot. I don't know what I'm going to try to take from them, but we'll take something. Colonialism has appeared here, apparently. All right. Oh, yeah, apparently that's where I was developing colonialism originally. Well, all right then. Let's change this to the advancement effort. All right, I've won a couple of battles against Ethiopia pretty easily. And I can get my final expansion idea. Sure, let's go ahead and do that. Finish that off. Get global trade power plus 20%. Colony is self-sustaining. Let's get another one. And Holland has arrived on the Guinea coast. All right, I'm gonna have to try to get as many of these as I can before they get a bunch. All right, I still want to get these to touch up my lands first, though. I can get my first offensive idea. Land Leader Shock +1. I can get my Tier 5 Government Reform Modernization. Let's go with Centralized Power, get Stability Cost Modifier -5%, and more importantly, Core Creation Cost -5%. There's Admin Tech 8. I can build courthouses when I have money. Cameroon is self-sustaining, so let's get this province now. Alright, this war with Ethiopia is about done. So I think I'm going to go ahead and peace out. So I'm going to take these provinces here along the southern border all the way up to the coast here. I was considering taking these provinces along the northern border, but the Ottomans strongly desire those, and I'd rather not piss them off. But that's over 100 overextension. There we go. That'll be better. Let's take war reps and a little bit of money. Yeah, that'll be good. That'll be good. And I can get my next offensive idea, recruitment time -10%, which also gets me my next national idea, global trade power +10%. So now let's deal with these rebels and head down and get ready to fight Kong. All right, I was going to wait a little bit to try to get the price down a little bit, but I think I'm just going to take out 4 loans and embrace colonialism. All right, I'm going to steal maps from Ajran of the Horn of Africa. Yeah, there we go. Now I can see all of the Horn of Africa. Nice. And my troops are down here. So let's go ahead and go to war with Kongo. We won't co-belligerate Kuba, Lunda, or Kalunde. So let's go ahead and go to war and get a bunch of land. I'm going to ask my subject of Yaka for a map of the Kongo region. I can get Admin Tech 9. Nice. All right, I can royal marry the Ottomans, which likely means after this war, I will be able to ally them, which I should be able to. Very awesome. And they're going to take a bunch from Ethiopia. Yeah, I was afraid of that, but, you know, that happens. Boney is done. I can take Diplotech 8. And I need to colonize this area. Let's go ahead and start that. All right, Cuba is all done. Full annexation and most of their money. Kalundwe is done. Full annexed as well. Actually, it looks like the Ottomans didn't really take that many provinces. Did they take any provinces? Doesn't look like it. They must have been at war with someone else. And Lunda should be full annexable now, and they are. Pour these up, most of them at least. And I can become an empire. Yay! Alright, let's see. Can I get maps of Central Africa? I can. There we go. Alright. Oh, there's a lot more over here than I thought there was. Okay. I can actually probably already piece out Congo, can't I? Yeah. I'm gonna check my overextension real quick. Okay, I'll be good. So let's end that war. Very nice. Very nice. Pretty good expansion here in Congo region. Now I need to chill, core up these provinces, and once I do that, I will hit the rest of these provinces in the Congo, Central Africa region, and maybe try to spread up here a bit. I have to rival Spain. Now let's see if I can ally the Ottomans. There we go, ally the Ottomans. I can get my next mill idea, Land Leader Fire +1. So I've got Land Leader Shock, I've got Land Leader Fire now. This province is now self-sustaining, so let's start working on the Guinea coast. We'll start with this one here. I'm going to steal the maps of East Africa from Ajran. The Dutch colony has completed, so I'm going to spy on them so I can try to steal the maps of the Guinea coast as they continue to expand along the Guinea coast, unfortunately. In addition to that, I am getting ready to go to war again in the Kongo region against Kasanje, Chukwe, that one, and maybe Kasimbe. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. And I can get Admin Tech 10. which will get me my next idea group, which really needs to be humanist. I am getting a bunch of rebels right now, and there's a bunch more coming. So let's get that, get some national unrest, reduction, years of separatism down, tolerance of heretics, promoted cultures, tolerance of heathens, all this good stuff, So yeah, let's do that and hope I can crank through that really quickly. Everything is fallen now, so let's go ahead and go to war with Luba and a bunch of these guys up here, which are going to be annoying. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. And we can start piecing these guys out as well once I get diplomats back. All right, here's the first one that I cannot full annex. Wait, why did they get pieced out? No, they didn't. What the heck? I had this fully occupied. Oh, I think someone else had it occupied, not me. That sucks. Kasimbe finally fell, so now I should be able to start piecing these guys out one at a time. And here's another. And here's a third. And here's the fourth. And I can get my next offensive idea. Prestige from land battles plus 100%. I can piece out whoever this is. Bua. Just take all their money. War-ups and a little bit of money. Nikori is probably out, full occupied. Let's just take some of their money. That'll be good. I can piece these guys out. Just gonna do a white piece because I want to go to war with them soon. And now we should be able to full annex Luba. Yes, there we go. And I'm gonna send a colonist here. And I'm going to annex my vassal. Since I'm doing that, let's go ahead and give the Emir's integration policy. So that will be done. Ignore all those rebels. In about 2 years. Very nice. Whoa, I can see most of the world. Interesting. When did that happen? Anyway, let's see what's going on in the world. Start over in Europe with a hugely massive Spain. No wonder they are the number two great power in the world. In addition to their overseas colonial stuff, but they are massive. Genoa and Ferrara are pretty big. France is just ridiculous, including going up into southern England. Austria is quite big and getting bigger going into Poland. Poland, who does not have Lithuania, and obviously the Teutonic Order's free. Oh, and Austria also has Bohemia as a junior partner. And of course, the Ottomans with their islet are massive. QQ is huge. Delhi got pretty big. Russia's around and big and starting to spread west. Ming is still around, hasn't collapsed, though it looks like they might be soon. They've got relatively low mandate that's going down, and they've got a bunch of rebels. And my favorite nation in the entire game, the Khmer, is still hanging in there, still doing well. I love it. Very interesting indeed. I can get my next offensive idea, siege ability plus 20%. That also gets my next national idea, religious unity plus 20%. So my religious unity is now at 134%. And there is my subject fully integrated. Very nice. And I can also get my first humanist idea, national unrest -2 and religious harmonization speed plus 25%, but I don't think that matters for me. That'll help out with a lot of these rebels. Very, very nice. All right, there's January 1st, 1550, and the growth of the printing press, which is up in Denmark. This changes everything. Ming's losing control of the south. Yeah, they're starting to collapse. Yep, there it goes. There it goes. So we are quite big now. We've gotten a lot bigger this episode. We got basically everything that I was hoping to get this time. We got all of the Kongo region, all of the Kongo area, except for like this province, a couple of these two provinces, which are yet uncolonized. And we started spreading into Central Africa. We now border these Central African nations, and we can start spreading into them early next episode once the truce is up in just a couple of years. And 52, not sure who all we'll be able to go to war with because they are all at war with each other. We also spread towards the Horn of Africa after fighting Ethiopia, and Let's see, we embrace colonialism. We've gotten some of our technologies up a little bit better. We finished expansion. We got offensive ideas, which we're getting close to being done with. And we just started humanist ideas, which will hopefully really help me stop getting so many rebels all the time. I hope. And we ended up this episode as the number 3 great power in the world. A bit ahead of France and a good deal behind the Ottomans, who we now are allied to, and Spain. So next episode, we're gonna try to finish colonizing these provinces here. Those 3, this one. We'll get these 2 here, get these provinces here, and maybe like this one here and start spreading into Kilwa potentially. But the main things I want to get are these guys and start becoming the master of the Horn of Africa. So that is gonna be my plan. So, yeah, we've got a lot ahead of us still, and I think next episode will be a fun one. So thank you for being here, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, be sure to come back next week for the next episode of this playthrough, and be sure to also check out my other playthrough where I am playing as now Rome. It is a great one, and I can't wait to see how the last 100 years go in that playthrough now that I am Rome. Also, be sure to head over to Kongveal Survives, my other YouTube channel where I live stream survival games twice a week. So thank you all for being here. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, however much of it is left, and I will catch you all next time. Take care, everyone. Bye.